On est venu parce qu'il y avait un appel et puis c'est juste cadeau tout ce qu'on vit là parce qu'en fait ça nous apprend, c'est un enseignement. C'est finalement un rêve qui se réalise. Il n'y a pas vraiment de mots pour dire ce que c'était, tellement c'était grand.
Le Marathon des Sables is clearly more than just a race in one of the most picturesque deserts in the world. For the last 33 years, it is a global phenomenon that brings together some 1,000 athletes who embark on a quest unlike any other, to tackle the 250-kilometer course in the Moroccan desert with no outside help, in complete self-sufficiency over 6 stages. It's more than a competition where only time matters. It's above all else an experience that can transform someone facing the difficulties of the terrain, weather conditions, and endless waves of dunes that extend as far as the eye can see. From first-timers to the more experienced, each runner digs deep within themselves to make it to the finish. All throughout the race, friendships are made under the tents at the bivouac. Helping others is routine, and a fantastic camaraderie emerges between these adventurers that come from all walks of life. The Marathon des Sables is one big family, welcomed as it should be by its leader and organizer, Patrick Boer. Before the solitude and silence of the desert comes a warm reception for the 1,000 runners in Ouarzazate.
I can't sleep normally in a tent, so I think after 3-4 days I will be tired enough and I can sleep, I hope. Now I think I do the same pace like normally because usually I can't go faster and it's 7 or 6 etaps, so it's probably better when you don't use all your energy on the first day. To have some energy for the long etape will be important.
The regulars of the Ultra Trail World Tour are happy to meet up in the bivouac to get their tents. This is where they spend the final hours before the start, preparing their bags and food. They also enjoy the last quality relaxation time they're gonna get in a while.
Alors on a tout le nécessaire pour vivre le marathon des sables. Donc on a une petite liste d'objets à honorer et à porter durant tout le trajet. Boussole à 1 ou 2 degrés de précision. Notre père nous a appris un peu comment l'utiliser. Le miroir Hello Kitty. C'est pas pour le maquillage, non. On va mettre du colle, on va mettre du sable, on va faire des liftings et tout.
It's a beautiful day on the eve of the start for the technical and sanitary verifications. Bags are inspected and weighed.
On a un petit manque à la liste en fait, mais on n'a pas le certificat médical.
Ça, tout à fait.
Eh ben on les a ces fameux certificats.
On est là pour une association qui s'est créée autour de moi au tout début, en tous les cas de ma maladie, puisque j'ai eu un cancer déclaré il y a 2 ans. Voilà, aujourd'hui encore pour notre association qui ne vise pas seulement les gens malades, mais qui va permettre, je l'espère, d'aider encore de nombreuses personnes qui traversent des moments de vie tout simplement difficiles, les emmener dans une aventure folle, histoire de reprendre les rênes de leur vie.
On trouve des cailloux. Ça tient pas. Ça te plaint la travail là-dedans.
Je vois la tête la gueule de mon duvet là. Ouais.
vous ayez au minimum 1,5 litre d'eau pour partir le matin à chaque étape jusqu'au CP1 où vous serez ravitaillé à nouveau.
So thank you to them for leading the way, and thank you to all of you who will be running for other causes.
A final briefing, and the 997 competitors entered for the 33rd edition Get Ready for the Serious Stuff to begin. It's an early wake-up, and they're all set to take on the challenge of the Moroccan desert. Just minutes to go, and it's a final hug before the start of the opening stage, which begins at 9 in the morning. 30 kilometers from Timgalit to Agenoun and Mumuriut on a rolling track that will feature 3 waves of dunes to cross. Like last year, this opening stage is run in 2 legs. The first sees the European runners lead the way, before the locals, who were used to the conditions, retake command of the race. At the back of the pack, it's a more thoughtful approach, allowing to take in the amazing scenery and breathtaking views. In the ladies division, 2016 winner Russia's Natalia Sadiq is odds-on favorite for the win. She gets her run for a repeat off to a strong start with the stage win. In the men's division, the leaders are going at an incredible pace. While most of the field is struggling through the hostile terrain, the class of the category are making fast work of the sand, despite the weight of the still full bags. Mohamed El Morabiti takes stage 1, 12 seconds ahead of brother Rashid, and it's a Moroccan 1-2-3. Natalia Sadiq sprinted to the finish wanting to stamp her authority and take some time from runner-up Magdalena Boulet. For now, smiles can be seen on most people's faces. The field is relieved to finish stage 1 that boosted the confidence of those still learning early in the race, even if some have already had a few issues.
Ça va un petit peu mieux. Ouais, tu vois. Le corps est en train de me dire oh oh, j'ai faim. Stop. T'as pas besoin de trop forcer pour être dans le rouge. Hein. Faut faire attention quand même. Hein. Au pire, s'il y en a une qui tombe, il y en a 2 autres pour porter, on est bien. On est mieux organisé que les autres.
Si on doit la traîner.
At the end of day 1, everyone is looking to recover, with some stretching in the calm of the desert.
I just tried to escape from Natalia because I don't like to be checked, you know, so
This is
Really? You want to keep up me?
a little bit. This is my main competitor. You know, I'm trying to escape from here like in each stage. So
It was very nice stage, not so difficult. I kept my forces for the next stages. Good warm up. On est parti en grande forme. Et puis après on a fini à pied, tranquille. Ouais, on a bien couru au début, un petit pas léger comme on disait, comme on souhaitait. Et puis après vraiment pas de pression. Hein. Comme on vient avec pas énormément d'ambition, on s'est laissé, on a marché, on peut regarder autour. Pas oublier qu'on est privilégié, qu'on peut vraiment profiter d'une expérience exceptionnelle et unique.
The evenings and early hours in the desert can be quite cold, and of course there are these sandy winds. A harsh beginning for some on day 2.
I try to run, but it works. Yeah. I had some good massage from my team.
One piece of coke in case.
The Marathon des Sables becomes tougher from 1 kilometer to the next. Today, the goal is to finish the 39-kilometer stage with the climb and descent of the famous Jebel El Utfal in less than 11 hours and 30 minutes. There's more sand than on stage 1 in a rapidly suffocating heat. Conditions that put the body to an ultimate test when taking into account the difficulties and the specific nature of this event, unlike any other. The Marathon des Sables can already be won or lost on this demanding stage, and some of the favorites are struggling.
The pain come more and more, so that made no sense to continue. So now I go out of the race and feel a bit shit, yes. And it's only the second stage, so yeah, finish. Okay.
A sad end to the first attempt for the 2017 Ultra Trail World Tour champion, Andrea Husser. The calm of the places and that of those who live there is perturbed by these curious athletes scattered in the dunes, much like an ant colony. With their strange running gear, they also come to discover the desert and its treasures, like the Jebel El Utfal. In this mountainous zone, an imposing obstacle stands in the way of the runners. 250 meters of elevation to climb on a dry, rocky, and hot terrain. The reward on this climb is a phenomenal vista at the summit, before a steep and oh so breathtaking descent. At the conclusion of this tough stage, the 5-time winner of the race, Rachid El Morabiti, takes top honors ahead of brother Mohamed. The battle for third place is a close one between Morocco's El Mouaziz and France's Muriel Robert. Peru's Remigo Huaman Quispe finished 5th. In the ladies' division, Russia's Natalia Sadiq once again got the better of American Magdalena Boulet.
That was an adventure, especially the rocky part. It was nice, it was beautiful. I was looking forward to go to control and see how much weight I dropped in the backpack, but I didn't have to wait today. I'm really sorry for Andrea. I thought she was going to maybe finish stronger. Too bad.
Tu veux que je te dise à quoi je pense là, franchement? Je me rends compte que il y a un an j'étais dans mon lit. J'ai cru que j'allais crever. Là franchement je pense qu'à ça. J'y avais pas pensé avant, tu vois. Tout le monde me disait mais t'es folle de faire ça. Après ce que t'as vécu, je me rends compte qu'il y a un an j'étais dans mon lit en train de pouvoir rien faire. Je suis tellement contente d'être là. Merci les filles.
Putain, tu fais chier. On était posés, tu nous obliges à bouger. Putain.
C'est trop bien.
Je t'avais dit qu'il fallait au moins ça.
Ok. Yes.
The Marathon des Sables can be the challenge of a lifetime. For everyone involved, it is about going beyond your limits. A moment of introspection, and undoubtedly and certainly an accomplishment that can change someone forever.
Alors dans notre tente, on est tous des profils différents, des horizons différents, on a tous des métiers différents, dont un qui est député. C'est déjà son 6e marathon. Donc il a commencé avant d'être député. Ça fait pas partie d'une campagne politique, sa présence au Marathon des Sables. Ça, si ça peut en rassurer certains.
Même s'il est en marche.
Voilà. Il est en marche dans le désert, donc c'est vrai que c'est... Alors je sais pas s'il y a une figure de style avec le désert politique, je ne crois pas.
On apprend à se connaître, à partager des bons moments ensemble. Il n'y a aucune espèce de différence. On est là à partager tous à la fois des moments difficiles et puis des moments de bonheur.
As the days go by, the bodies become stiffer and stiffer, as if they were pelted by thousands of grains of sand every day. But the call of the desert is just too strong.
Yes, y'all. Yes, yes, y'all. Yes, yes, y'all. Yes, yes, y'all. I'm on the team. Do it, do it, do it, do it. If you really want to break away, put your hands in the air. Let me hear you say, If you want to be loose and free, you can be anybody that you choose to be. Some people want to look down their nose, they try to judge you. That's how it goes. Don't listen to them. Why sit and take it? This is your life. Get liberated. No one else is looking through your eyes. Who were they to try and criticize? We got to do the work. We need to ball out. This is game time. We going all out. If you really want to break away, put your hands in the air. Let me hear you say,
Stage 3 is 31.6 kilometers long from Reach Mbirika to Nord Elma Harch, and it marks the halfway point of the event. But most are already thinking ahead to the long stage the following day. For 3 days now, the bodies have had to deal with sweltering heat that quickly saps energy.
Ouais, moi j'ai un peu de mal quand il fait très chaud comme ça, mais bon, voilà. Là il faut que je mange. Et après, voilà, je me rafraîchis, je mange et puis ça va aller mieux.
On a chanté, on s'est motivé parce que Mag avait extrêmement mal aux pieds. Du coup, on a chanté, on l'a un peu saoulé, mais au moins elle a pensé à autre chose. Et puis dur quoi. Bon, après, c'est la dernière partie, donc on est toujours vachement plus motivés parce qu'on sait qu'on arrive au bivouac après.
Contrary to what you can imagine, the desert is not a flat and uniform expanse. Its topography imposes constant pace changes as it turns into a walking race. The final stretch of this third stage features numerous kilometers, which are done on crests with some as high as 250 meters. A rope attached to the wall helps the runners as they head to the top. All the ingredients to make the perfect trail come together on this stage.
C'était en 2007. C'était un moment particulier pour moi puisqu'en fait mon père est décédé quelques mois avant le marathon des Sables. Il m'avait encouragé à le faire. J'ai mis un point d'honneur à aller jusqu'au bout pour lui. C'était une manière pour moi de faire quelques sacrifices modestes pour tout ce que mon père a pu faire pour moi. Je reviens cette année. C'est une façon à ma manière de boucler la boucle 2007-2018.
While the temperature continues to rise, Rashid El Morabiti also continues to add to his lead, with best time on stage 3 without having to push too hard. In the ladies division, Natalia Sadiq took her third stage win. However, she was penalized 1 hour for not having all the mandatory material, which in effect put American Magdalena Boulet into the lead. While the elite runners follow a real race strategy, the weekend runners take their marathon one day at a time and one stage at a time. Reaching every finish line is already a victory in itself. Every day is another step towards the final finish line.
Là, c'est la fatigue. Et là, c'est le petit monde.
Je te jure, ça te rebooste pour...
Ouais, c'est ton jardin. Tu vas dire la paix du Christ. Bon merci. Goût.
What do you think?
Et 17h25.
Allez, on va se dormir,
Allez, bon courage les filles.
Oh putain.
T'as kiffé la ligne droite là?
Oh, les derniers kilomètres ils sont fatals.
Ah, mais même moi j'avais envie de jeter mon sac et de le brûler.
In the tent of the Moroccan leaders, the atmosphere is always friendly.
C'est magnifique parce que moi je rentre 3-4 heures après eux. Je trouve ils nous accueillent avec les sourires. On rigole tous ensemble. Le soir on dort en même temps, on rigole, on parle. Et c'est vraiment magnifique, c'est une très belle expérience.
In the bivouac, champions and amateurs alike enjoy the same conditions.
On ramène les bois ensemble, on mange ensemble, on partage ensemble, l'ambiance ensemble. C'est comme une famille. كده مزيان الحمد لله.
Today's going to be a pretty challenging day. It's already pretty hot, so it's going to be important to Be very smart in the beginning till the sun goes down. I'm hoping that today is my day. This should be my strength day. I've been waiting for this day, so I'm hoping that I can keep the minutes to minimum leading into the final day.
Preparations are a little longer than usual for this early start to day 4 of the race. Those still in the race prepare to face the long marathon stage that will require even more effort, and for some, a sleepless night in the desert.
Grande étape, 86 kills. Et puis on a 2 jours pour la faire, alors nous on est contente de ça. Ça fait moite-moite comme la fondue.
On a quand même regardé un tout petit peu le roadbook pour cette fois. Mais un tout petit peu.
This stage is the culmination of the Marathon des Sables, with night running in the heart of the desert for some, and memories engraved forever in the minds of everyone. Even among the leaders, working together is what it's all about. There's nothing better than uniting forces on this long stage to lessen the difficulty and to motivate each other. Rashid El Morabiti has a healthy lead. With no help or support from anyone, he plots his route from checkpoint to checkpoint, with no one to take care of him and with little competition. Further back in the field, they make the most of the moment.
Je suis tombé sur 2 masseuses, quel bonheur!
Des anges du désert.
Quel bonheur! En plein désert marocain. On s'est rencontrés par hasard.
Hasard, ça veut dire Dieu en arabe.
Il
n'y a pas de hasard.
Il n'y a pas de hasard.
Salut! Salut! Tu vois, ça se détend bien. C'est en comment là?
Là.
Là, c'est la combienième fois que tu fais?
4e. Tous les coups sont bons pour se faire masser. Hein. Bon courage.
Et on se revoit à l'arrivée.
On se revoit à l'arrivée.
On compte sur
30-29.
Ouais. 30-29. Et puis
c'est 60.
Et on goûtera ton sauciflard.
Ah non mais c'est obligé, c'est obligé.
Ah ouais, nous on a du saucisson valaisan, on partagera.
Solidarity is one of the main values of the Marathon des Sables, as witnessed in the dunes and with the difficulties of the course. The unexpected encounters are an aspect of the race, which happily surpasses the framework of the physical effort. The race starts in 2 waves. The top 50 in the standings head out 3 hours after the rest of the participants. But soon, they catch up to them and receive their encouragements. The pace of the leaders is nothing short of impressive. Neither the sizzling sand nor the topography can slow down the top runners. Rachid El Morabiti continues to dominate in the men's division, followed by 2 other Moroccans. Natalia Sadiq is throwing caution to the wind to close the gap to Magdalena Boulet. After passing nearly the entire field, El Morabiti catches up to the leading runner of the first wave, with whom he runs for a while before heading on to a certain victory. Cries of encouragement can suddenly be heard in the Saharan night. Rachid El Morabiti's fans have come to cheer him on at the finish of this long stage that he has completed with a 21-minute lead from his brother and was 30 minutes ahead of France's Meryl Robert, who has made quite an impression in this year's Marathon des Sables. Magdalena Boulet won the stage, while Natalia Sadiq, who pushed early on in the day, finally ran out of steam and finished far behind. For most of the competitors, this will be a night spent under the stars.
Bah là, à 4h20 du matin, le jour 2 de l'étape 4, au CP5. Nous sommes plus qu'à 7 concurrents sur la piste.
The runners have 35 hours to complete the 86.2 kilometers, a race against the clock, punctuated by a few long breaks and the constant need to push forward at a time when the body just wants to rest.
Après, là il va faire jour, ça va être plus facile. C'est moi qui ai eu le premier coup de mou. À la deuxième CP1, CP2, j'arrivais pas à manger. Donc j'avais de la nausée, j'arrivais plus à avancer, mais les filles elles m'ont poussée. Et après, c'est Cynthia qui a eu son coup de mou. Elle a complètement vidé, fatiguée. Mais elle a réussi à marcher 12 bornes dans la nuit. Je sais pas comment elle a fait, elle était à bout de force. Du coup, au CP4, on s'est posé 3 heures. Ça nous a fait du bien et du coup, on est reparti. Les 200 derniers mètres, on criait, on râlait. Donc là, j'espère qu'on va repartir bien. On va la finir la tête haute cette étape. Ouais, en plus on nous avait dit qu'on était en abandon, on est où? Non, on est encore là. On n'est pas fini.
In the morning of day 2, some shaky silhouettes appear on the route. Runners looking more like robots, moving along one step at a time. And then relief, as under an inflatable arch, materializes the finish line, so coveted, imagined, dreamed of, and finally a reality.
T'as vu ça, Sandra? Ils sont à la maison, ils ont fait la lessive.
Stubborn and determined, Cynthia and Magali Tiffany also reach the end of this endless marathon stage. The final participant appears on the horizon while day turns to night in the bivouac. Escorted by camels, he receives a hero's welcome from the entire field, but also gets a warm welcome from Patrick Bauer and by the day's winner, Rachid El Morabiti, who was also on hand to salute the British runner Mahmoud's perseverance and performance. The surpassing of one's limits and all its meaning, revealed like a trademark of the Marathon des Sables.
Elles tentent une aventure qui est quand même dingue. Chaque jour, elles repoussent leurs limites. Elles partent avec quasiment aucune expérience en course à pied. C'est une folie, quoi. Et elles sont là, elles bouclent les étapes les unes après les autres. C'est évident qu'elles vont y arriver. Enfin, de toute façon, il n'y a pas d'autre solution. Si toutefois elles ne devaient pas arriver au bout, notre marathon des sables, il aurait un goût amer à chacun, quoi. Il nous manquerait une pièce du puzzle. Vraiment, c'est évident.
Comment on vous assure est grave, on est content de vous avoir comme voisin.
Only 25 runners retired during this stage, the long one, as it's known here. The heat, sand, wind, and bumps and bruises. Nothing will stop the remaining competitors, who will now take on the rest of the race more serenely. The wind picks up for the start of stage 5, counting in the standings of the race. A finisher's medal awaits everyone who completes the 42.2 kilometers between Jebel El Mrair and Madrani. Despite a sandstorm to conclude this edition of the Marathon des Sables, 95% of the runners finished, which is one of the highest rates in the history of the race. Proof that we know better and better how to prepare for the demands of the desert. These final 42 kilometers feature some small dunes, a dry lake, gorges, and rocky plateaus, as well as a few elevation changes. Smiles can still be found on all the faces today. A sign of relief predominates in the hearts of competitors. We know that the hardest part is done, and that the end of all this effort is very close. For some, a dream is about to come true. A feeling that lifts the spirits for the final kilometers, or at least offers a boost of energy to finish the race.
It's a nice holiday.
Again this year, the Moroccan runners do not allow anyone to dominate their home competition. A convincing win for Rachid El Morabiti, who is heading towards a 6th victory, while France's Muriel Robert spoils Morocco's try for a sweep of the podium, finishing 3rd. No one is better than the Moroccan runners in knowing how to read the secrets of the desert, avoid its pitfalls, take on its difficulties, and withstand the unique conditions. A majority of the competitors have perfected their approach to this type of environment and will have to come to know it a little better in order to better respect it. Abdelkader El Muaziz wins the final stage, ahead of Mohamed and Rachid El Morabiti. For each finisher, crossing the finish line one last time has a special meaning. It's a victory for everyone, from first to last. And it's also what characterizes the spirit of the Marathon des Sables, the spirit initiated by its creator, Patrick Bauer. In her first participation, Magdalena Boulet wins the ladies' division. Denmark's Bushra Eriksson finishes second and receives, like all the finishers, her precious medal.
On est arrivé au bout. Et bravo, je crois que j'ai une petite larme qui perle aux yeux, mais en fait, je crois que c'est de la transpiration.
It's mission accomplished as well for the trio of Magali, Tiffany, and Cynthia. The last of the competitors continue to cross the finish line late into the night. Patrick Bauer welcomes each and every one of them from first to last. In a party atmosphere, it's a day to remember for all.
J'aurais jamais imaginé que les empreintes dans le sable des premiers pionniers auraient marqué cette aventure aussi longtemps.
The 2018 men's division podium with Muriel Robert, Mohamed, and Rashid El Morabiti. In the ladies division, it's Gemma Game, Bushra Eriksson, and Magdalena Boulet. But the 33rd edition of the Marathon des Sables is not quite finished. In fact, as tradition beckons, a sixth day in the dunes is offered to the runners. During the solidarity stage, no pressure, no stress, a real chance to decompress on a short 7.7 kilometer run through the Merzouga dunes, to the finish this time spent in the desert in style and savor the past week.
Encore du mal à réaliser, mais on a réussi à venir au bout du truc. Pourtant, le premier jour, on n'aurait pas parié dessus, au vu du roadbook. Mais voilà.
Oui, puis au vu de notre état du premier jour aussi. Hein. Jour 1, quand tu arrives dans un état, tu arrives limite à 4 pattes, tu te dis qu'est-ce que ça va être jour 2 quoi. Et jour 3, et en fait plus t'avances, plus c'est dur.
Quand les gens ils nous regardent dans les yeux en nous disant mais c'est super et qu'on le sent vraiment que ça vient du fond du cœur, on se retrouve un peu toute bête hein. Et c'est vraiment, c'est super chouette ça.
Moi je réalise que la tagine n'est pas loin quand même. Si je devais parler d'un truc, c'est ça.
An ocean of blue t-shirts thrown into these wonderful pyramids naturally sculpted by the wind. A formality for all the finishers, happy in sharing this moment on top of the dunes. Ties of friendship and solidarity woven throughout the week, concluding with a final hike on edition 33 of the Marathon des Sables.
Il n'y a pas vraiment de mots pour dire ce que c'était, tellement c'était grand, c'était plein d'amour, mais en même temps plein de douleur. C'était tous les opposés. C'était difficile, c'était magnifique. On est venu parce qu'il y avait un appel et puis c'est juste cadeau tout ce qu'on vit là parce qu'en fait ça nous apprend, c'est un enseignement de la vie et puis ouais, c'est finalement un rêve qui se réalise. Ça vaut la peine, c'est chouette.